So, you want to be a polymath, not just someone who's decent at a few hobbies, but someone who can design like an artist, build like an engineer, think like a philosopher, and execute like an entrepreneur. You want to be someone who sees the world differently, someone who connects ideas from art, science, business, and psychology and uses them to do things no one else can. If that's you, then you've landed on the perfect video, because we're going deep, we're going practical. And by the end of this, you'll not only understand what it means to be a polymath, you'll actually know how to become one. Chapter 1. Why now is the time? Let's start with something simple. Why now? Why is this moment, the one we're living in, perfect for people who want to become polymaths? Because the old system is breaking. Let's be honest. Traditional education, it's outdated. We're still using a school model designed in the 1800s to create factory workers. But we don't live in that world anymore. We live in a world of infinite information and rapid change. Think about it. The smartphone in your hand holds more information than any library ever did. You can learn code from Harvard, art from Pixar animators, psychology from Stanford, all without stepping foot in a classroom. AI tools like ChatGPT, they're basically assistants for learning anything, anytime, anywhere. We're not just living in the information age, we're living in the curiosity age. So if you've ever wanted to explore more than one field or become multi-skilled, this is your time. Chapter 2, what is a polymath? Really? Now let's define it. What is a polymath? A polymath is someone who doesn't just dip their toes into different topics. They dive in. They don't ask, what should I be? They ask, why limit myself to just one thing? Leonardo da Vinci painted the Mona Lisa, but he also designed early helicopters. Marie Curie made groundbreaking discoveries in both physics and chemistry. Benjamin Franklin was a writer, a diplomat, a scientist, an inventor, even created the lightning rod. These weren't people with short attention spans. They were people who saw connections others missed. And no, they weren't geniuses from birth. They were obsessed with learning. They asked questions. They explored. They followed their curiosity and applied it across different domains. Chapter 3, Generalist versus Polymath. So what's the difference between a generalist and a polymath? A generalist knows a little about a lot. A polymath goes deep into many things. A generalist can float between tasks. A polymath can innovate between them. Here's a real example. Steve Jobs. He wasn't the best engineer at Apple. He didn't write code, but he understood design, tech, marketing, business, and even calligraphy. That blend of knowledge is what led to the iPhone, something elegant, powerful, and culturally iconic. He didn't specialize, he synthesized. That's what a polymath does. Chapter 4, why you were taught not to be one. Now let's talk about something a bit uncomfortable. Most of us were raised to be specialists. It starts early. What do you want to be when you grow up? As if there's only one right answer. As if being a chef means you can't also be a scientist or a filmmaker. From childhood, we're boxed in, told to focus, pick one, go deep. And yes, specialization has its place. We need surgeons who are experts. We need engineers who know their systems inside out. But what happens when the world changes, when the job disappears, when the industry shifts, or when you just wake up one day and realize you're bored? That's where polymaths thrive. They're not limited to one path. They can reinvent themselves, adapt, innovate, and that's not just more exciting, it's more resilient. Chapter 5, Becoming a Polymath, the mindset. So how do you become one? It starts in your mind. First, you need a growth mindset, the belief that intelligence and skill aren't fixed traits, they're built. This idea alone changed my life. I used to think I was bad at math, but when I finally decided to approach it like a skill, like learning guitar, I got better, fast. Treat everything that way. Languages, coding, drawing, public speaking, it's all learnable. Also, ditch the ego. The biggest trap? Thinking you already know enough. That's where growth dies. Instead, be the student. Always. Be excited that there's more to learn. The more you know, the more you realize how much you don't know. And that's not scary. That's exciting. Chapter 6, Systems Over. Goals. Stop obsessing over goals. Start building systems. Goals are nice, but they're just outcomes. Systems are what you do daily. Want to learn to draw? Don't set a goal of mastering art in 6 months. Instead, build a system. Draw for 30 minutes every day, no exceptions. Progress comes from consistency, not intensity. As James Clear says, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Chapter 7, Your Body and Your Brain. Polymathy isn't just mental, it's physical. If you're not taking care of your body, you're handicapping your mind. Exercise, sleep, eat well. Yeah, I know. It's not flashy, but it works. When I started working out consistently, it didn't just give me more energy, it gave me discipline, the ability to show up even when I didn't feel like it. And guess what? That same discipline transferred into learning, creating, building. Mind and body aren't separate, they're partners. Chapter 8, Time, Focus, and the Art of Getting Things Done. Let's talk about time. You don't need 10 free hours a day to be a polymath. You need 1 focused hour, maybe 2. Start by cutting the distractions. Phones, social media, infinite scrolling, they're draining your brain before you even start. Trust me, I've wasted days to that stuff. So create a focus ritual. For me, phone goes off. Browser tabs get closed. Pomodoro timer goes on. I work in 25-minute blocks, 5-minute breaks. It's not fancy, but it works. And the secret to beating procrastination? Start with the smallest possible task. Don't aim to write a book. Just write 1 sentence. Don't aim to study for 3 hours. Just open the damn book. The momentum builds from there. Chapter 9. You don't have to do this alone. Now here's something most people overlook. Don't isolate yourself. Learning is faster and more fun when you do it with people. Find a community, join study groups, get on Discords, share your progress publicly. You'll get feedback, encouragement, accountability, and sometimes someone else's insight will help you connect dots you would have never seen alone. Even this YouTube channel, it started as me sharing what I was learning. It helped me stay consistent and helped others at the same time. Chapter 10, Mastery isn't linear. One last thing, mastery isn't a straight line. You'll hit plateaus. You'll feel like you're not improving. That's normal. Most people quit here. They think, maybe I'm not cut out for this. But the truth is, plateaus are where the magic happens. This is where your consistency gets tested, where your patience is forged. Keep going. Stay in the game. Final tips, tools and techniques. Here are some bonus tools that helped me personally. Active recall. Don't just reread. Quiz yourself. Spaced repetition. Review things just before you forget them. Speed reading. Skim what doesn't matter. Focus on what does. Analogies. Teach yourself concepts by comparing them to things you already understand. Mind mapping. Draw out connections between ideas visually. AI tools, ChatGPT, Notebook LM. These can be your tutors, editors, or brainstorming partners. Use technology. Maximize your environment. This is your toolbox. Build with it. Conclusion. Becoming someone built. Different being a polymath isn't about showing off. It's not about being better than anyone else. It's about becoming whole. It's about feeding your curiosity, becoming adaptable, finding purpose through exploration. And when people ask what you do, you don't have to pick just one thing. You say, I build, I learn, I create, I grow, I adapt. I'm not one thing, I'm many, because the journey never really ends. And honestly, that's the best part. Thanks for watching. If this video spoke to you, drop a like, subscribe, and share your journey in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.